In today's video, I'm going to show you the one simple strategy that helped rescue me from 6 consecutive losing years as a trader. Yeah, you heard that right. 6 straight years of frustrating and humiliating losses, and it helped me become a consistently profitable 6-figure a month trader. And it's called the box theory. But you know what? I don't want you to take my word for it, because over the last 8 months since I've been posting about the box theory on this channel, I have seen hundreds upon hundreds of traders who were in the exact same situation that I was in, getting up, grinding it out day after day, studying chart after chart, only to end up shoveling hordes of hard-earned money into the mouth of the market. I have seen these traders take the box theory and go from frustration to fortune, so I know it will work for you too. By the way, my name is Doug, and I've been day trading now for more than 25 years. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how the box theory can take you from frustration to fortune, and I'm going to do it in less than 20 minutes. So let's go. All right, my friends, since we have no time to waste, let's get down to business, starting with step number 1. How do we start each day drawing the correct box to trade? And it's very simple. The easiest, most effective, simplistic, foolproof way to do this is pull up a daily chart of whatever you are trading. I don't care what you're trading, Bitcoin, foreign currencies, oil, futures, makes no difference. Pull up a daily chart and make sure that daily chart looks like mine, clean and naked, free of any indicators, noise, or any mess. Because if we want to make money, we got to be clean and naked. Now you'll see this is what I have on the screen, a daily chart of the NASDAQ. That's what I'm going to be using. So the next step, once this daily chart is up, we're going to grab ourselves a rectangle or drawing tool of some sort, a box. This is TradingView. They have a rectangle tool right here. And we're going to go to the previous day's high, and we're going to connect the previous day's high with the previous day's low, and we're going to make ourselves a box. Now let me open that up nice and big where everyone can see it. Once this box has been drawn, the next step we need to do is find a horizontal line or a trend line of some sort and draw it somewhere in the middle. Now, you don't have to be perfectly accurate in the middle, but put that line somewhere in the middle based off of your eye. So, for example, let's say you trade Bitcoin. I've already drawn it for you. There's your box connecting the high and the low with a line in the middle. You're trading the euro. There's the high and low of the previous day with a line in the middle. Very simple stuff. So let's start with this. Why are we doing the daily? Why do the pros start with the daily? What's so important, and why did I recommend it? Well, the simple answer is this. The highest concentration of levels where the most activity takes place, where your chances are the best for you to make the maximum amount of money that you want to make, is located in these areas. That's why all the pros start with that in their top-down analysis. And that's where we want to make these trades. So from there, what we're going to do to dial down the perfect entry is pick a smaller time frame. And for this video today, I'm going to use the 5 minutes because I always use the 5 minutes, but I am going to take this moment to talk a little bit about this chart frame because I get a lot of questions related to which is the best frame for the box theory. Look, any frame, because the box theory, one of the beauties is because it's based off of the levels of the previous day's high and previous day's low, anything beneath that, 1 hour, 4 hour, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 minute, tick charts, 5 minutes, it all has the same translation. The smaller frame charts that the traders use is just the filter that you want your eyes to see, and I'm trained to see a 5 minute. It's what I've always liked. It's where I feel comfortable. Use what you like to feel comfortable, okay? Now, one more tip right here before we move on. Let me give you a lazier way to actually come up with this box theory for those that may trade a 24-hour market. It's simple like this. Whenever you wake up, take a look at your clock. Go down to the bottom of your brokerage there and take a look at your clock. Go back 24 hours in time and connect the highest and lowest point there. A very simple thing to do, okay? You can try it the lazy way if you want, but you'll find out that it's easy just to use the daily chart. So now that we've drawn this box, what are we going to do with it? Like, how are we going to make money with the box? It's very simple. It's a very simple process. As prices get towards the top of the box, we're going to sell. That's exactly what we're going to do. If prices get there, hit the sell button. Whether you're long or you want to short, hit the sell button. When prices get down to the bottom of that, we want to buy. Hit the buy button, right? And the line in the middle is called don't diddle in the middle. Just don't trade there. Now, can you trade there? Can trades be made from there? Can profitable trades be made from there? Yes. But if you do the top and bottom right, you don't have to worry about the middle. Plus, the problem that we have with the middle is where all the noise and all the mess is and the mixed signals. This is a huge problem I had when I started trading is I studied all those patterns you see out there on the internet. I knew them all. And whenever they would appear on the chart, I just traded them. And I got mixed results. And if you're inconsistent, you have like a good day, then a bad day, or the market does something you don't want it to do, you might be trading at the wrong spot in the chart. And that's the beauty of the box. It gets you on the right side. It's kind of fast forward to save time. Let's move to the next day and start making a trade based off of this box theory. So to save time, what I did is skipped ahead to my market open, which is 6:30 a.m. And you'll see this is the previous box that we drew based off the previous day's high and low. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and move this box all the way out into this session. And then I'm going to move the chart over here where we can see and kind of open it up nice and big for everyone. So let's say based off the information we've collected in this video, the simple stuff, you sell at the top, you buy at the bottom, stay the hell out of the middle. Where is the price of the NASDAQ trading right now? It's at the top. What do we do at the top? We sell. So what I'm going to do here for an example is I'm just going to hit the sell button, and I'm going to take a stop loss and place it slightly above the high of day. Look how tiny that is. And then I'm going to take a target price and I am going to move it down to either the middle or the lower part of the box. It can be 2-to-1 to 3-to-1, but oftentimes it'll rotate back to the lower part of the box. So let's play this forward. Let's see what happens. And this does what? There it goes. It goes all the way back down to the bottom of that box, okay? Now let's take a look at what happens here. Let's go look for another trade or see what happens. I get this question a lot when it comes to the box. What do you do in a situation like this where price has broken the box? Well, the answer is you do the same thing you did up here. When it broke the top of the box, it retraced itself back into it. So chances are it's going to bounce back up into this box. Now here's the thing. It may sound like you're buying a falling knife or you're doing something silly, but let me show you something really cute. The first thing that we need to do with this right here is take the box. So once this market has been open, let me clarify this. After it's been open for about 15 to 20 minutes, if a new high has been made, like it has, or in a new low, we want to open up that box because now we have two new pivot points, okay? If it stays in the box, it stays in the box, but now that it's kind of poked slightly above the box and slightly below the box, we want to kind of redraw that. Now, before we buy this falling knife down here based on the bottom side principle, we want to come over farther to the left over here and see, does it coincide with any value premium level in the past? And the answer is yes. You'll see here was the precise breakout from the previous day that launched this asset to the moon, okay? So this is not a random level. So based off of what I said, using no candlestick closures, no candlestick theories, no specific chart patterns, and no indicators, I will blindly buy this box down here with the same theory I had at the top, stop loss below the low, target price somewhere in the middle or the top. Let's just be conservative and put it right there in the middle, and let's see where this chart ends up going. Let's see. And yeah, okay, we finally got up there. Now let's just kind of keep this moving and see what happens. Now, let me get back to the line in the center. Notice that now that we are in the center of the chart, notice how we're getting a lot of mess. Again, you can make a trade. I mean, look at this thing. It's just floating in and out, and then finally towards the end of the day, oh, look at that. It kind of squeezed right back up there. So if this was during the regular session, I would sell that up there towards the top. But notice how much haggling was going on there in the center of the chart. So I want to kind of move this over so everybody can see it. Again, this is one of the reasons why we don't trade in the middle. You can, but if you do it right, there's obviously no need to even bother with it. So let's kind of move over here, fast forward to the next day using the same box, same theory, same idea. Okay, to save time, I fast forwarded to the next trading open, 6:30 my time. Now let's take this box that we've drawn the previous day and go ahead and scoot it out with our new daily high and daily low. Now you'll see the pre-market has made another high. Also, the pre-market has made another low. Well, the first thing we want to do is the same thing we did back at the other chart, and that is to move the top of the box up here to the print in the pre-market. So if the pre-market makes a high and a low that's higher than the previous box you have drawn, we want to extend the box because these are the more important levels that are pressing right now. And then we'll move it down towards, let me just scoot this chart over for everyone. And then we'll move the other part of the box down lower for the level. Now, just as we did here. What do you think may happen? You're almost getting the same trade you had the day before. As it protruded through the base of the box, it's going to come back up in it. It protruded the base of this box, it's going to want to come back in it. But before we catch that falling knife again, we need to go back and move to the left. Now tell me what you guys see here. It can't be any more evident. 1, 2, 3, 4 times it hit this level each and every time it's been bought. It's now the base of our new box. And what I'm going to do, no candle closures, no moving averages, no VWAPs, no setups. I'm just going to blindly buy it again. Same thing I did just a while ago. Stop loss at the low, target price somewhere in the middle, and then just kind of move right on forward and see what happens with this trade. So this one here, again, almost like the next one, it's struggling a lot. Take a look at that. It's struggling a lot in the center of that chart. This is why it's so important for us to either be at the top with the entry or the bottom of the entry. Because if this trade does not work out for me, it's not like I'm losing any money. In fact, I could actually move up my stop loss if I wanted to, as the longer, which is probably what I would do in a real-time environment, but we'll just let it go until the market closes, and there the market closed based off of the blue. So if you kind of look at that, you had like 3 winners, 1 loser for like $4,000 on just blindly buying and selling on 2 boxed levels. Seriously. And I know you're thinking, look, there's no possible way something so simple could work. It's got to be more complicated than that. You're cherry picking your charts, aren't you? Well, let me show this. To prove that it doesn't matter if you cherry pick or not, a chart is a chart and the box theory works. I'm going to go down here into this TradingView software and I'm going to click random bar. And it's just going to pull up a date. I have no control of what day it pulled up, so I can't cherry pick this chart. And let's dig around here and see if we can even find what they have given us. What is in our joyful basket here? So let's go ahead and expand this. Now I'm going to take some time. I'm not going to edit this because I don't want anybody to think we cut anything out of this, okay? And here's what we have. Let's move it forward and get into the next day. So I'm going to scoot that over. Let's see what we got. And there's the end of the day. So let's focus on this day while the tape moves forward. This is the previous day's high. This is the previous day's low. Let's go ahead and grab our box and let's mark those 2 for now. You see how I'm coming up with those? I'm trying to move a little quickly, and I'll stop it as we get towards 6 a.m. in the morning. And let's move a little further there, and then I'm going to slow down this tape so it doesn't jump too fast. Let's get right around the official market open. Okay. All right. So here's what we do in this situation. Obviously, we've talked about this before. We are above the previous day's box. So if I move this out, let me get all this cleaned up so everybody can see it. Again, no editing here. Sorry for the mess. We're above the box. So here would be another way. How do you handle something like this? So what I need to do is create a new box in this situation. So I'm going to go all the way up to the top of that pre-market high, that high pivot. Now, because we're so far away, chances are we won't make it towards the base of the box. So let's go scoot this one up to the base of the pre-market and work within these lines, okay? So here's what we're going to do. We put the line in the middle, and you can see, where are we? We are in the center of this chart. So I don't want to make a trade, especially on the first bar of the morning. Now let's open this up a little bit more so everybody can see it. Let me get this down here. My apologies. Let's open this up and let's try this. So what I want to do is I want to be a seller as we reach the top of this box, right? That's what I want to do. I want to become a seller towards the top of this box, right? Let me get rid of that mess. And I want to become a buyer down towards the bottom. I want to stay out of the middle. So let's see what happens if it moves up. And if it does, we'll short it. Now you'll see this is often another edge. You'll get these opportunities like this. So since it's up here on the screen, let's just talk about it. That's what normally happens in the middle. You will get attacked at either the high or the low. So now that we've moved up towards that high, let's go ahead. Let's move one more bar forward, and I think we'll sell. Let's just sell this. Let's just sell this right here. See what happens. Okay. And there you'll go. You see it moved right back down into the center. Again, you're just making a random trade based off of a level. Now let's move it forward, see what else happens. See if it ends up, you see again, let me go back to this, the middle of the chart. So Now we're moving back up towards the top of the chart, right? What are we going to do? If it breaks above that top or gets through that, we want to short. Let's try that. Sell it again once we get up there. Let's put our target price back in the center. Stop loss over the top. And let's see what happens here. And you'll see it comes back down there and takes us out again. And look, it went to the bottom of the box, man. I mean, just take a look at that. It's so consistent. Mind you, these trade examples were taken blindly based off of the levels produced by the box. Now, obviously, I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that you just need to blindly take the trades based off of the lines. In order for you to reach an elite level as a trader, you obviously need to know the candlesticks. You have to have a strategy. You need to understand the setups, and you can use other indicators as well. But just think of it this way. If it's that accurate, by blindly buying and selling at premium levels, if it's that accurate, when you start adding candlesticks and strategies and other types of setups, you're just going to be dangerous. You're just going to be dangerous and make money at will. Now, there's one more thing I want to talk about here, and that is a live trade. On the screen, you're going to see a live trade recently made here with Tesla using the box theory. And what I want to do at this moment is take an opportunity to, let's say, give you a quiz here to see if you can understand how I use the box theory to make this trade. And I'll give you a couple of clues and give you a second or two to try to figure out how it was. I think most of you can figure it out. So the trade was a long. I bought this, and I bought it over here on this day. Okay. Now, first, I want you to think of where did I buy this? Where do you think I entered this trade long? Again, a clue based off of the box theory. And where may I have sold this trade? So let's first go through the top-down analysis using that box theory. I'm going to grab the box tool, and I'm going to go to the previous day's high, right, and connect it with the previous day's low, the easy stuff, right? Now, for the sake of this one, I don't even need to draw the diddle in the middle line because I think by this time you see exactly what happened. I bought this at the bottom of the box, okay? Now, I will say, I'm going to magnify this so everyone can see it. There was a candlestick formation. If those who followed the channel, you see this right here. This is the power tower candles. I've done videos about this before. It's one of my favorite types of setups. That helped. And I will also say I held the target or held on to the target a little more than I normally would because under the circumstances with the market cycle and the way the behavior was in the market, again, this is a different topic, I held it for longer than I did and sold it as it broke into the gap. That's not the important thing. The most important thing, though, is the entry. And I want you to see how that box theory helped me make money on this trade. And I hope you understand here as well, there's not a lot of traders that are taught to buy down there. You're taught that this is catching the falling knife, but it's actually just retesting a liquidity level. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say at this moment, well, what if it didn't work? What if you'd got stopped out? Well, then I just got stopped out. And that's the beauty thing. Not the beauty thing being stopped out. We don't want to lose. But the beauty is by reverse trading with the box, by being down there. The ones that don't work out, they're going to be like little paper cuts. They're not even going to bother you, right? You're not even going to notice them because it keeps your risk low and your reward high. So on that note, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. And I want to give you a few tips before I close out today. So start with this. Number one, start with drawing your box based off of the previous day's high and the previous day's low. Now, you should have pre and post market data enabled on your charts, but if you get up and the price is above or below that box in the pre-market, just extend the box out. After the first 10 to 15 minutes of trading, if a new high or a new low have been made, extend that box and work within those levels. Take a few of these trades on a simulated account or use this Trading View. It's a great platform to practice using the box. And you'll start to see that once they get to the top, which we didn't have time for in today's video, you'll start to notice these little tiny nuances of how these things set up. So anyway, guys, I hope this video was helpful. Before I sign off here today, I want to remind you that each and every week, my wife and I put together a comprehensive, detailed, free watch list called the Gains Guide. It breaks down all the major markets. We give the very best stocks and other assets to trade for the week with precise buy and sell points. It's completely free, and if you're interested in that, go down in the description box. You'll find the link. On that note, let me say thanks for watching this video. Take care. Trade well. See you soon, and cheers.